My name is Jean-Claude Nsabimana. I'm a student at Stellenbosch Academy of Design and Photography, currently completing my BA Honours in Visual Communication, specializing in photography. This year has been the most challenging year in my whole entire academic life. It also has been the year that I developed the most, both as an individual and also academically. I have been developed so much as a visual artist. 2019 academic year, at the beginning, we were first exposed to practice-led research and creativity, like what is practice-led research and what is creativity, and how to apply both the knowledge into your project in order to create a very strong, powerful, and very communicating project. I would like to start by sharing my journey through these projects until I found the project that actually really worked for me. I started this year with the first project that was about African fashion, looking at the fusion between African fashion and modern fashion. So the project's name was The Rise of African Fashion into the Fashion Industry, and the concept was fashion Afrofusion, like an integration between African fashion and modern fashion. This project inspiration were coming mainly from various photographers within the African fashion, such as Hassan Hajjaj, Atipatra Ruga, Lyra Ayoko, and many more. After diving into the project, created a few images. I wasn't quite happy with what I was creating and the angle that I took. I spoke to my lecturer, Mark Antonello, and he advised that we still have time, I can try another project. So my second project to try was a self-portrait project, a project that was mainly focusing on my cultural influences, like a self-discovery. As a person who has been exposed to various cultural influences since at a young age, I really wanted to find out what if you were to be asked to create an image that would represent your cultural influences, what would it be? I was born in Burundi, spent some years in Rwanda, and grew up in Kenya, and now in South Africa. Also the cultural influences, like French cultural influences, obviously from my parents and colonization. Digging deep into my past, it wasn't a good idea. I started getting emotional because my past actually it's quite hectic. I've been through worse, and the memories started coming back, and I started getting emotional, and I couldn't continue with the project. I spoke to my lecturer again, who advised that we still have enough time, you can try another project. Actually, this self-portrait project was inspired, or the inspiration came from photographers such as Zanele Muhori, who does a self-portrait series, photographers such as Aida Mulune. The other inspiration came from Laduman Gonokolo, who has designed cloth actually exploring Xhosa heritage. So I wanted to create something that would explore my heritage. Since I wasn't quite happy with the project yet, and we still had time to actually experiment and error, so I tried my third project. My third project was a project around women empowerment and femininity. The theme and the concept was bold and strong. The project aimed to challenge the cultural and the societal norms around women empowerment and femininity and gender as well. The inspirations for this project were coming from various photographers who are actually exploring the issue of feminism and gender. Photographers such as Zanele Mohori, Delphine Diado, and Tamara Lichensen. I created a few images for the project with a collaboration from a friend of mine, Delphine Mwema, who's currently a student at Elizabeth Galloway Fashion Academy, 2 models and a makeup artist. I created the project. It was visually appealing, looking beautiful, but it didn't have actually a strong message, it didn't quite communicated much as what I wanted to achieve this year. So again, I had to change into another project, and I've always confirmed with my lecturer, who actually advised, you can try one more and see what would work. And this time actually the trial worked really well. So for my 4th project, which is actually my current project, the project that has won Adobe Achievement Award, the Top Talent 2019, is the project by the name Detritus Heroes. This is a project about plastic pollution. I created the project aiming to create awareness around plastic pollution and to drive change around the issue of illegal dumping, which actually contributes to the extreme amount of plastic pollution found on land and in the sea. This project was created in a collaboration with a good friend of mine, Hamza Eli Gold, who's a fashion designer or a fashion artist. The project inspiration came from various artists and photographers, such as Oswald Macharia, who's very well known for his futuristic work. A sculpture artist, Francois Kunutsi, he's known for his sculptures like the series of Cape Mongo. Also, other inspiration came from a photographer called Mandy Barker, who's actually a photographer who has been exploring plastic pollution but on the sea. The concept for the project was mainly to create a photographic project using hero characters dressed futuristically, just juxtaposed and photographs in areas that are affected by plastic pollution, recycling areas, and areas that are actually affected by illegal dumping, areas such as Lower Woodstock, Salt River, and Coburg. This project really has been an amazing journey and a very interesting journey exploring plastic pollution. It has developed me a lot as a visual artist. It has developed me a lot in terms of developing concepts and critically thinking. And yeah, it has been really an amazing journey. I remember I used to spend days collecting plastic bottles and other plastic waste that would be used in creating props and costumes for the project. I would spend days spray painting. Me and Eli Gold and a friend of ours, Hori, we would spray the bottles in order to change the colors so it's not just obvious, and also to make them aesthetically appealing, and spend days creating costumes and props. It has been really a dedication, and it has been an amazing, and yeah, I'm excited. Designing a book was another challenge, but with the right people on your side, nothing is impossible. Mark has been really very, very helpful. He would go on Pinterest and Behance, get some samples and some inspiration and send to me the links to improve my designing. Yeah, it was really a challenge, but it came to be right. It came to a point that I was like, okay, definitely I'm not a designer, I'm just a photographer, because it was quite a challenge.